I'm sorry? Oh, thank you. Dodili vanilo haroe bashoshanim dodili misotola min hamidbar misotola min hamidbar dodili vanilo haroe bashoshanim dodili. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. It is good to be back in the Shir Hadash community. For those of you whom I haven't met yet, I'm Rabbi Susan Leiter, and I am a visiting rabbi. And when I come to the Shir Hadash community, it means that one or both of your clergy are resting. And it's great to be here with Mark and with Shahar to bring in Shabbat and to see everyone enjoying each other's company, having a nosh, just letting go of the week and everything that we have experienced this week, deciding what we need to let go of and what we need to bring into Shabbat in this moment. So it's my pleasure to welcome Carol forward, who's going to light the Shabbat candles. The blessing can be found in our prayer books on page 120, if you want to see those words. So we light this light and spread it through the world, so in need of light.
Amen.
Amen. Beautiful. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We turn over to page 130. L'chune ranina.
Lehuneranana, Ladonai, Nari Alitzur, Yishenu, Nekadma, Fana, Betoda, Bismirod, Nari Allah, Nekadma, Fana, Betoda, Bismirod, Nari
Page
131. Ladonai,
Shir Hadash, Shiru Ladonai, Koharetz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Shemo, Basru miyom leyom, Yeshuato, Sapru v'goyim, Kevodo, Bechol ha'amim mifleotav. As we turn over to page 134, Zamru Ladonai, as we trace the arc of these Psalms, it's a way for us to think back through the week, what our weeks were like, what we experienced as we move into Shabbat. Page 134.
Zamru Ladonai Bechino Bechino Vekozimra Zamru Ladonai Bechino Bechino Zamru Ladonai Bechino Bechino Vekozimra Zamru Ladonai Bechino Bechino Vekozimra Zamru Ladonai Bechino Bechino Zamru Ladonai Bechino Bechino Vekozimra Zamru Ladonai Bechino
We'll turn over now to page 136, Mizmor LeDavid.
Mizmor LeDavid Hav l'Adonai b'nei Elim Mizmor LeDavid Hav l'Adonai kavod va'oz Mizmor LeDavid Hav l'Adonai b'nei Elim Mizmor LeDavid Hav l'Adonai kavod va'oz Hav l'Adonai kavod va'oz Hav l'Adonai kavod shemo Hav l'Adonai kavod va'oz Hav l'Adonai kavod shemo Ay, ay, ay Ya-da-da-da-da-da-da Ya-da-da-da-da-da Ya-da-da-da Ya-da-da-da-da-da Ya-da-da-da-da-da Adonai Oz Le'emo Yitein Adonai Yivarech Et Amo V'Shalom Adonai Oz Le'emo
amo yitain, Adonai yivarech
et
et
amo
amo
v'shalom.
v'shalom. So we turn over to L'chadodi. We're on page 138, and we'll do some of a beautiful Joey Weissenberg melody for the verses 1 through 5, and then onto another beautiful Nava Tehillah melody for the end. So page 138 as we welcome the Shabbat bride.
Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad hishmianu el miuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shem u'tiferet v'litchila Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki mekor habracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh v'ikala lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Mikdash melech imelucha k'vitoch hafecha rav lach shevet b'mechacha vehu yachmol alaychem la. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Itna'ari me'afar kumi lishi b'dei tifartecha mi al yad ben yishevet halachi korba elshi Nafshi ge'ala lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekavela. Lecha dodi likrat kala
Shabbat, Panei Shabbat Nekavela. Top of 139. Hitoreri, hitoreri, kiva ore, kumi ori, uri, uri, shiraveri, kavod Adonai, alayich nigla, lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela.
Lekadodi, lekrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lekadodi, lekrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lo tevoshi velati kami, mashtichochi umateheni, bach yechezu ani ye'ami, veniftecha irotila. Lekadodi, likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela, lechadodi, likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela, v'hayishtim shisa shasayich, v'rachaku kol elayich, yasis alayich Elohayich, Kivsos Katan al Kala, Lechadodi, Likrat Kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela, Lechadodi, Likrat Kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela, Yamin u'shmol tiforasi, ve'et Adonai ta'arisi, al yad ish ben parasi, ve'nismecha ben agila, lechadodi, likrat kala. Rising in body or in spirit to greet the Shabbat bride. Lechadodi, likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela. Boi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam b'simcha, ufsahala, toch emunei, am segula, boi chala, boi chala. Lechadodi, likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela, lechadodi, likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekavela. Shabbat shalom, everybody. You may be seated. We'll turn over to our psalm for Shabbat. Thank you for reminding me. It is time to greet each other. How could I rush into music so quickly? It is indeed time to greet each other.
Good to see you, Mark. Thank you. Good.
Can't hear. Mizmor shir leyom hashabbat tov lehodot l'Adonai ulezamer l'shimcha elyon ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Page 140. Mizmor shir leyom hashabbat tov lehodot l'Adonai Ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Lehagid b'boker chasdecha, ve'emunata b'alelot, Hashabbat tov lehodot l'Adonai ulezamer l'shimcha elyon ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Matani Adonai befoalecha b'maaseh yadecha aranen magadlu maasecha Adonai me'od amku machshevotecha mizmor shir liyom hashabbat tov lehodot l'Adonai ulezamer l'shimcha elyon ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. We turn over to the Chatzi Kaddish. We're on page 144. Yitkara v'yitkara shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Ve'alma divrach cherutei ve'emlich malchutei. B'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. Bagala, bagala, u'v'zman kari ve'im יהי שמיה מבורך, לעולם לעולמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל, שמי לקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה. תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן מעלמה ואמרו Amen.
Please rise in body or in spirit as we turn over to the Baruch Hu. We're on page 146.
Ya la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. You may be seated as we turn over to the first blessing before the Shema, blessing of love, Ahavat Olam, page 148. Excuse me, 150. I skipped a blessing. How could I have done that? Ma'ariv Aravim. We have to bring on the night before we sing about love. Please join me, page 149. On the left-hand side of the page, the second reading. This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change. And within it, we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. I think we are crossing over, indeed. And now we'll turn over to our blessing for love, Ahavat Olam, an eternal love, page 150. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amecha ahavta, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu lemadta, otanu lemadta,
Alkein Adonai Eloheinu b'shachmenu uvkumenu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'mitzvotecha leolam va'ed ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu uvahem negei yomam v'layla negei yomam v'layla ve'ahavatcha al tasir mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael Ohev Amo Yisrael. Page 152. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Shem kavod machuto leolam va'ed.
Page 154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'beitecha u'v'lechtecha b'derech u'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam le'olt al yedecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Emet Adonai Elohechem Emet.
We'll turn over to page 157. Please join me on the left-hand side of the page in the second reading. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God. keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. We turn over to page 158, Mi Chamocha.
Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Norah tehilot, O Sefele. Norah tehilot, O Sefele. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Malchutecha u'banecha bokei yam lifnei Moshe Miriam. Ze'eli anu ve'amru, Ze'eli anu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Norah tehilot, O Sefele. Norah tehilot, O Sefele. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. V'ne'amar kifad Adonai et Yaakov, ugalo miyad chazak mimenu. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
Amen. Our blessing for peace as the sun sets, night is coming, Hashkivenu, page 160.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'amidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'amidenu shomreinu lechaim. Ushmor tzedteinu, uvoenu, lechaim u'shalom, ve'ata ve'ad olam. Hashivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'amidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, v'amidenu shomreinu lechaim.
And Now we turn back to words about Shabbat, Veshamru, and we're going to turn over to page 162.
Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat lidorotam berit olam. Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat lidorotam berit olam. Veni Uvein B'nei Yisrael Oti Le'olam. Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat lidorotam berit olam. Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat lidorotam berit olam. Kisheshet Yamim Asa Adonai et Hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz. Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat lidorotam berit olam. Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat lidorotam berit olam. Uvayom Hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash. Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat lidorotam berit olam. Veshamru v'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat la'asot et HaShabbat lidorotam berit olam. Please rise in body or in spirit as we turn to our Amidah, opportunity for quiet standing prayer, page 164. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agit tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Alleluia. Ve'al Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Oseh shalom bimromav, u'ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'yimeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav,
u'ya'aseh shalom
aleinu
ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'yimeru amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav, u'ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'yimeru amen.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
So, I love many things about coming to be a part of the Shir Hadash community, but singing with Mark and singing with Shachar and when Cantor DeVore is here and Rabbi Rafi is really a highlight for me. I grew up in a home singing, and the interesting thing about this, though, is that no one in my home was formally trained to sing, but they loved singing. And the way it would usually unfold was around an upright piano, sometimes a spinet, depending on whose home we were in, but my early memories of the upright piano. And every Thanksgiving, everyone would gather around, my grandfather, my uncle, my mom, and their main style of singing was barbershop. They loved, barbershop harmonies, and they would. So this was really natural for me growing up, being exposed to this kind of love of music, and nobody had to be shy about participating and feel, I guess, self-conscious. And I was one of the first people in my family to go and to pursue music training formally. I think many of them probably would have liked to, but there were many things that pressed on that particular part of the family on my mom's side, and it was never possible really for anyone to do that. So my parents helped make that possible for me to go on, and I did some music degrees early on in my young adult years. But what I found as the years go on is that at some point, no matter how much training you get, the best part is when you really can let go of the training and find that I should do it this way, I need to do it this way, and to really find your own voice, your real voice, your maybe imperfect voice, by letting go of how you're supposed to do things, right? Sometimes less is more or better. This is, I have found true with prayer as well. That when we attempt to enter into this book or open our hearts, sometimes those things intersect, sometimes they're separate activities. That it's in the letting go that things actually happen, because the book can sometimes get in our way. We think we don't know this language, we don't understand this language, or we don't know this melody, or someone changed the melody, or lots of things that can happen to kind of block us, right, from engaging. We kind of come in with a lot of self-expectations. We should know what's going on. We should know X, Y, or Z. But there's this irony that for those of us who've been trained is that we actually have to let go of all that. In some ways, maybe the person who comes in without the training has the advantage, or because they're open in this way that those of us who have been trained have to forget all that stuff to become a little more spontaneous, a little more organic. And so this makes me think of this concept known as beginner's mind, which might be familiar to just a few people in the room, right? That if we can come into things with, letting those other things fall away, we have the opportunity to have a really different experience. And that's true with music or singing, or when they come to, or music or prayer, or when they come together as we're doing tonight. So I am encouraged when I think about this idea by a teaching from Rabbi Kalonymus Kalman Shapira. So he was known as the Pietzner Rebbe, and he wrote a collection of sermons in the Warsaw Ghetto, and these sermons were collected and known as the Eish Kodesh, the Holy Flame. So he remained in the Warsaw Ghetto. He lived through the ghetto uprising, and he was captured, and he died in Trofniki. And from the ashes of the Holocaust, right? So everyone thought his teachings and his sermons were lost. But a most amazing book was discovered in the wreckage of the post-Holocaust Warsaw, where he was murdered. And this book was discovered, right? These teachings, like amazing. So in this book, there were many books that he wrote, but another book that he wrote called B'nai Machshava Tova, which actually translates as, it's hard to believe that he wrote this in the 30s and 40s, conscious community, right? In this book, and he was trying to figure out, like, how do you create, like, these self-aware, conscious communities? So he wrote a lot about the prayer experience and what it means to access a prayer experience. So I want to share this quote with you of his. I think is just so beautiful. He says, "Simply close your eyes and remind yourself that you stand in the presence of God. And if God is a word that blocks you," this is Rabbi Leiter talking now, put in the divine, a higher power. He continues, "With your heart trembling, you are here to pour out your soul to God using music and voice, singing from the depths of your being. And you will begin to feel the emergence of your soul, her great joy and delight." This is from a section he wrote. He calls it A Guide to Inner Work. So I love this idea that he's inviting us into this space of kind of, releasing expectations or just coming into a total kind of an open awareness place. And I think this is what the opportunity of a Shir Hadash is, right? The Shir Hadash community is the opportunity again, the invitation again and again to open up into music and to song, but to help us get to a place where we can release the shoulds or coulds and just enter in. I'm sure it's no surprise to anyone that I've already made a fair number of mistakes tonight, right? This is part of letting go a little bit. We're going to make mistakes sometimes, right? But the gift is this idea of conscious community that Rabbi Kalanimus Kalman Shapira teaches us, and this is the gift of being here in this community. So may we continue to sing together, to access our hearts, access meaningful experiences together on this Shabbat, and always Shabbat Shalom.
We should have a prayer for healing, I think.
Yes. So as we turn to our Misha Berach prayer, our prayer for healing, over on page 371, invite you to share names that you're carrying with you tonight in your heart, maybe people who are suffering, their caregivers, and we'll include them in our prayers this evening, along with those on our community list as well. So if you have names to add, please do so.
Here, let's
And we also pray for Scott Van Gundy, Batya Peters, Sandra Goldberger, Rich Sprigger, Robert Bergman, Ruth Murad, Melanie Weil, Ron Victor, Prue Victor, Susanna Kuzitz, Marilyn Katz, Tamara Herman, Stacy Stauffer, Lenny Sue Master, Rachel Meister, Sam Meister, Vicki Kaufman, Bob Steinfeld, Linda Stahl, Joan Picken, David Wolf Bloom, Diane Gilden, Jonathan Weinberg, Judy Sutton, Bernice Paris, Ellie Johnson, Floris Mitnick, Jean Lewitt, Elwyn Way, Sharon Kaplan, Shelley Jarzina, Cassie Bott Shelley, Linda Scott, Valerie Tenenbaum de Leon, Leah Batrifka, artist Jack Now, Laura Burnell, Lisa Carden, Anthony O'Connor, Allison Coven, Yaakov Yosef Ben Slata, Harav Gita, Dalia Bat Reuven V'Yafa, Amit Ben Kalman Halevi V'Shlomit, Aviva Shen, Phyllis Schwartz, Mark Bayer, James Neves, and all those who go unnamed and we carry in our hearts as well.
You can find the Misha Berach on page 371. Misha Berach Avotenu Mikol HaBracha Le'avotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mikol HaBracha Le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal
rise in body or in
Do we have
spirit
anybody who would like to open the ark?
for Aleinu? All right, some takers.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol,
לתת גדולה לרצה בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שמנו
I'm sorry, are you right? Vegor aleinu kechol
העונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
And on page 591.
נאמר, היה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
echad. Okay.
Yasher koach. Great job. Gonna close it. All right. You may be seated. As we turn over to our mourner's Kaddish, we turn to our community. And if you are in the first 7 days of mourning during the period of Shiva, please rise and share with us who you are remembering. Thank you. If you are in the first 30 days of mourning, known as Shloshim, please rise and share with us who you are remembering. If you're in the cycle of the first year of mourning, please rise and share with us who you are remembering. And I am remembering my mother, Nancy Thompson, and my mother-in-law, Sharon Leiter. And if you have a yard site this week, the anniversary of a passing of a loved one, please rise and share with us who you are remembering this evening. And we also remember this week Barbara Arnowitz, Joel Sternman, Herschel Richter, Gren Nemhauser, Ellen Seiss, Benjamin Hubbard, Dave Stahl, Arthur Mallman, Barbara Conroy, Linda Marks Turboff, Bob Sherman, Karen Robinson, Jay Brill, Lee Howell, Kevin O'Connor, Bonnie Friedman, Joseph M. Sutton, Dr. Saul Levine, Deborah Brody, Paula Eppinger, Marcia Cohn Spiegel, Michael Lieberman, Paxton Cooper Sr., Kelly Lipsy, Dr. Jack Meltzer, Isaac Zareski, Susie Zuckerman-Gullett, Barbara Campos, Lucille Friedland, Michael Dorfman, Norman Whitkin, Joel Ash, Beverly Willits, Roger Scott, Lillian Statfield, Martin Fenster, Michael Goldman, Tucker Sanders, Judy Verratti, Al Parker, John Gittleman, Eileen Wolk, Berdine Coven, Ruvain Robert, Bob Glasser, Zelda Rosenberg-Katz, Gary Hertzberg, Alex Goldberger, Mira Engel, Barbara Robbins, Elliot Matthew Berkowitz, Lynn Gabay, Nancy Hirschmeyers, Deborah Pink, Anna Caspin Matthews, and those who died in seasons past: Donald Levinson, Dr. Peter Wunsch, Estelle Levine, Frances Spodek Drake, Helene Sue Marks, Joyce Levine, Menachem Ben Yosef Sinai, Olga Pustolinik, Regina Sobel Leiter, Rosetta Katzman, Sam Ehrlich, Yaakov Katz, Yolanda Mayhel, Zoya Feingresh. And now we can all support our community by standing or sitting, joining us with your voices or hearts. We turn to page 598. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'mei almayah, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, V'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shmei d'kudesha b'richu, La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru amen. You may be seated, and we welcome forward David Spodek forward to help us with announcements tonight.
Announcements. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Just going to highlight a few announcements, but you can find it all on the website, in the calendar on the website. Upcoming Saturday, May 30th, 9:15, Torah study with Rabbi Susan Leiter. 10:30 a.m., Shabbat service with Rabbi Susan Leiter and Mark Allen. Sunday, May 31st, 10:30 a.m., Shir Hadash Women Member Appreciation Brunch. Enjoy a delicious brunch while hearing about this year's events and future programming plans, and be ready to get your hands dirty as Carolyn Rosen leads us in a fun take-home gardening project. 2 p.m. also on Sunday, L'chaim America braid performance to commemorate America's 250th birthday. L'chaim America features professional actors performing true stories of gratitude and possibility in Jewish American life. We will also be doing a special visual project. Moving on to Thursday, June 4th, 7 p.m., Poetry Assembly. Join Rabbi Rafi and Rabbi Julia Nobluk of Temple Bethel in San Pedro for our first online poetry assembly with closed readings, deep listening, and our own writing. Sunday, June 7th, Art in the AM. Spend a morning getting to know our community through art at Shir Hadash Social Scene's next event. We will be hosting an art adoption. Bring your own art piece for someone else to take home, along with live music, light refreshments, and an art project. Wednesday, June 10th, 6:30, From Anxiety to Action. Join Rabbi Laura Bellows of Dayenu as we shift focus from individual anxiety to collective action, drawing inspiration from Midrash about the ancient Israelite crossing of the sea. Sunday, June 14th, 8:30, Blood Drive. Do a mitzvah and save a life at our upcoming blood drive. Donors will get a voucher for the San Francisco Giants tickets. And 9 a.m., a community cleanup day led by Board. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
What
Shalom.
it says.
Yes.
It's all in caps. Boards is in.
With expression.
And there are projects both inside and outside, and Sheldon has been organizing the inside ones, and was it Rachel's been organizing the outside ones. Come. This is, no skill or no special knowledge needed.
There we go. All good sage words there. So we will turn to the blessing over our children with remembering that we are all children. So as we turn over to page 603 to send blessing out into the world. Over our sons, Yisimcha Elohim ke'Ephraim v'chi Menashe, and over our daughters, Yisimach Elohim ke'Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah, and over all of our children, over all of us, we say, Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ye'er Adonai panav elecha v'hunaka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasam lecha shalom. May you be blessed. May you be safe. May you shine light wherever you go. May you be loved. May you be happy. And may you know peace. And we say, Amen. Amen.
Our closing song is Shalom Rav. And following that, we will have Kiddush and Motzi out in the foyer. Oh, please stand. Shalom Rav
Yisrael Amcha Tosim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tosim Leolam. Ki atah Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Ki atah Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tosim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tosim Leolam. Tov be'enecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tosim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tosim Leolam. Tosim Leolam. Tosim Leolam. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Yashar